Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm about to show you a very important system. Now when I say important doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be tough. This is a very simple automation to make, but it is actually very important. So what is the system that I'm talking? So what is this system that I'm talking about? It's an invoice reminder system. Now let's take an example here. Let's say you closed 5 deals last week and you sent out 5 invoices. Now not necessarily everybody is going to pay you the invoice like instantly. Some might just pay you instantly, some might just pay you the next day or the day after that, and some might just not pay you even after a week or even after a month. So you might just end up forgetting and you lose money, which we don't want you to lose. So this is where the system comes into play. It's a really important system which will make you more money. Okay, so with all that said, let's just get started. It's been a while since actually made a live build, so let's get into it. So the first thing that we're going to do is I've, I have my make.com set up, but first let's just go to Google Sheets and just create a table. Now, what is this table going to be? This table will store all the information about to whom I've sent the invoice and the status of the invoice. Is it paid or is it not paid or whatever it is. So for now, let's just call this field name, invoice number, status, status field, and let's also do a date. Okay, perfect. You know what, let me just move date field here and I'll put the status field here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'll just add a record for now. I'll just put my name and I'll just write a random invoice number, that is INV invoice 001. Okay, and the date was, let's say, 28, today's date 08 2025, and then I'll just go here. I guess it's in format, or is it insert? Yeah, it's insert. Yeah, so now just click edit and call this paid and overdue. Let's do this red and this one as green. Perfect. Apply to all. Okay, so now what we'll do is go back to make. Now what we're going to do is we want to make this automation in such a way that it will keep on checking our Google Sheet and it will check the date. And once the date is like 7 days, has been 7 days, then we will send a invoice, or sorry, not an invoice, send a reminder. Okay, so let's do that. So first we'll do is go to Google Sheets and we'll search rows. Okay, I didn't name this sheet. Invoice reminder. I know, guys, my naming sense is bad. Invoice. Okay, wait, let me just reload this again. There we go. And the sheet name is one. Okay, and now we'll add the field. Okay, so I only want invoices that have the status overdue, because those are the only people that we want to send emails to. We don't want to send reminder emails to people whose status is, say, paid. Okay, so that is the first one. Let me just quickly run this. And make.com did this. I don't know why, but this random update where now all the operations are just called credits. I don't know. I don't understand the benefit of that, but okay. Okay, yeah, sure. That didn't work because, yeah, how it should work. So, yeah, there we go. The output is here. Now, what we're going to do is we will have a flow control and we'll put a router. Now, this router is the one that is responsible for sending out all the emails. So, the first one will be, let's do email, send an email. The connection should be active, I guess. We'll just know. Let's just do this, yes, and we'll see. Yeah, so the connection is not active. Need to do that first. So if you guys don't know how to reauthorize your connections, just look at what I'm doing right now. I mean, it's not difficult to reauthorize your connections. Just click on reauthorize, and let me just select my account. Continue, continue, select all, continue. And you see it has this tick. That means the connection is secured. Now if I just go back here, there it is. So folder will be, let's put sent mail, and then the, yeah, we also want the email, right? Let's do an email field as well. Email, and just put my email as well. There we go. So that is E. Okay, so I have to do here is, wait, let me just check. One dot. Okay, so I'll just write one dot. I'll write email, and then in bracket I'll just have to write E, close the bracket, and then close this. Okay, that did not work. No, whatever, we'll just put this directly, or I'll just run this again, and I have the email. So now we have the email there. We'll say the subject line as, now we want a subject line. Hmm. just just a quick reminder. Just do it in plain text. I'm gonna say hi, let's do hey. See, if you guys want to, you can just split the name into two. For example, in my case, it just says Aditya and, first name and last name Aditya Achari. If you want, you can just split it into two. You guys know. Or if you guys don't know, let me just show you. Now let me just save that, and I'll show it to you. Can I show this? Yeah. Yeah, we can. So just take the name, just split the name, and you want to split that on the basis of a space. So I guess we have, if I'm not wrong, there is a, yeah, there is a space. Then we can just close the bracket. So what I'll do is, I can't run this here, so I'll just create a new variable just to show it to you guys. Set multiple variable. Let's take this right here, paste this in, and split. Now let me just put the name right here. Aditya HRA. Perfect. Now if I run this, you can see it has split it into two, Aditya and Achari, and then you can just, in that array, you can just pick the first one. Okay? Like we did for our grok, you guys know that by now. So I'm just gonna put this right here, delete this, and then just to give a reminder here, Aditya, just a reminder that you have yet to pay the once the payment is done, I'll get started on the automation ASAP. Looking, okay, let's just do that for now. Thanks, Adam. Okay, so that is the email. Now this is not the main thing. The main thing is that we want to send this invoice once the date has hit 7 days. So how do we do that? So to do that, so how do we do that? First, we'll add up a module. Let's add set multiple variables. Then what we'll do is, let's just call it date for now, and we'll just put in the date. And now first thing that we have to do is we have to pass the date, and I'll keep it day dash month dash year. I guess that should work. For now, let me just unlink this so that I'm just running these two. That worked. And it says August 23rd, 2025, 12 a.m. Okay, now parse date converts the date that I had. Wait, did I put 23rd? Really? I don't think so. Oh, I put 23rd instead of 28th. Okay, anyway. So 23rd August. So it took my date, which was in full numerical format, and it converted into a string that is kind of like in a naming format. Now, what we have to do is we have to minus this date from now. So I'll just write now. If you guys don't, sorry, if you guys don't understand, you will. Don't worry. So okay, and yeah. So now what I'm doing is I'm telling what I'm saying in this automation, or what this formula is currently saying is minus today from 23rd of August, and what is the answer? So if I run this now, you will see this big number. Now, what is this big number? So from 23rd, if I want to reach 28th of August, it's this much milliseconds. So now we don't understand milliseconds. So what we'll do is we will first add, where do we add brackets? Yeah, there we go. So we'll first add brackets, and then we are going to, yeah, we are going to divide this. If I go to math equation, I'll just click on divide. So I need to convert that milliseconds into seconds. So in order to convert milliseconds to seconds, just divide them by 1,000, because 1 second has 1,000 milliseconds. If you guys didn't know, so divided by 1,000. Now I'll run it. Now you see the number. It's 4,91,326.347, or 491,326. Okay. So now this is converted into seconds. Now from seconds, want to convert it to a minute. So how many seconds does it make a minute? 60. Okay, so just divide this again by 60. So now it's going to get converted into minutes. You see the number keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So now it's 8189. So now this is in seconds. Now, sorry, now it's in minutes. Now from minutes, I want to convert it into an hour. So how many hours? Okay, what? Sometimes that doesn't work. I don't know why. Okay, so how many hours? Sorry, how many minutes equals to an hour? 60 minutes. So I'm going to just divide by 60. And if I save this, run this again. Now you see this is 136. Now how many hours are there in a day? That is 24. So I'm just going to divide this again. So I'm just going to divide this by 24. Now run this. Now it says 5.68. Now 5.68 is pretty. So from 23rd all the way to 28, it's going to take 5.6 days. Okay, which is good. But I want to round it all up. Okay, so that's not like 5.6, like, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type round, and I'm going to round this whole thing. Rounding off. So if it's 5.6, it will just say 6. Or if it's 6.1, it will just say 6. So if I run this now, you'll see it says 6 days. So it's almost 6 days from 23rd if I have to get till 28th. Now, if I just connect this, I have to add a filter. And the filter will be if this date, and I'll just scroll all the way down and find day time operators. And you can just say equal to, that also works. Or you can just say later than or equal to. But for now, I'll just put equal to 6. So if the date equals to 6, then only it is supposed to go. So if I just click yes, sorry, click save, and now I can just run this whole system from start to end. The email has gone through. Let's check. Quick reminder. Hey Adityachari, just a reminder that you have yet to pay. Once the payment is done, I'll get started on the automation ASAP. Thanks, Adam. Pretty simple automation. If this was a bit confusing for you, I hope you guys did understand. It might be a little confusing. I know it was a bit confusing for me as well, but I hope I made it easy for you. If it didn't, let me just quickly give you a quick summary of what this is, okay? So, what happened here is first we took the date and then we converted that date from a number to words. So, it was 23rd 2308 2025. Okay, then we passed the data and converted that into a string, kind of like in words. So you saw it said 23rd of August 2025 with the time. Then what we did is we told this automation, or we told make.com to tell me if today is the 28th and I sent the invoice on the 23rd, how much time has it been? Just calculate the difference. And it gave me that time difference in milliseconds, if you know that whole 491 whatever it was. Now I don't know how to read, we can't use milliseconds every single time. So what I did was I converted that milliseconds into seconds by dividing by 1000. Okay, then we converted that seconds to minutes by dividing by 60. So in a second there is 1000 milliseconds. So from milliseconds, if I want to go to seconds, I'll just divide it by 1000, so it will become seconds. Then from seconds, if I want to make it minutes, I have to divide it by 60, because in 1 minute. Then what we did is we converted those milliseconds, that is the 491 whatever it was, into seconds by dividing it by 1000. So inside of a second there is 1000 milliseconds. So just divide it by 1000. Divide the milliseconds by 1000 and you'll convert it to seconds. Okay, then I want to make the seconds into minutes. So for me, in order to do that, I took the seconds and divided by 60, because in 1 minute there is 60 seconds. So divided by 60, it became minutes. And then from minutes, if I divide it again by 60, because 60 minutes equals to an hour, so it got converted into an hour. Then how many hours are there in a day? 24. I divided it by 24, it became day. Now how many days are there? Then I rounded it off, like rounding off, so that it's not in a decimal, it's not in a point. So it's, instead of saying 5.6, it just says 6 days, so that I have a single number. I hope you guys understood this, because this automation will actually help you make more money, because invoices, the reminders like this, if you keep sending them out, and I mean fully automated reminders, will actually help you a lot. I mean, it's not just limited to this. Let's just do some thought process here. Okay, after sending this email, let's say somebody fills out, no, somebody pays your invoice. What you can do is, once they've paid, you can have the Stripe trigger. If you guys know, I've shown you an automation on how to create invoices in Stripe. So you can have Stripe watch changes module. So whenever the payment intent is succeeded, that is, the payment came through, you can just take that and just update the Google Sheets from overdue to paid. So that way you don't keep pulling in the same records even if they have paid. I mean, you have to update the records there. So you can also add that to the system. So I hope that this automation will actually prove helpful to somebody out there. Okay, and yeah, so thank you so much guys for sticking with me till the end, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.